Hey everyone, Matthew here, back at it again. First of all, I'd like to wish every one of you a happy Easter. Secondly, I went over my past videos. I noticed at the beginning of each, I spent about a minute chit-chatting about the video. It wasn't necessary. Some of you might like that, some of you don't. So in order to save time, for now, I'm going to be putting that at the end of the video, so you can skip it if you want to. Here we go. First order of business. The report's out that President Trump is considering opening the U.S. economy as early as May 1st. There's a lot of people on both sides of this issue. He's facing a lot of flack. A lot of people are saying that he's suffering financially, and that's what's motivating him. Technically, I guess that could be true. However, I don't believe it. I believe that could not be further from the truth. My gut tells me that while the social distancing may be saving some lives, in the long run, it's not doing that much. Now, so that's the good news. We may be seeing an end to this lockdown. We're going to get back to normal, and this will be a side note in the history books. That's good. However, the people who are attacking President Trump for even thinking about reopening the economy before they think it should be opened, people like Fauci and the liberals, they're saying that we haven't given the lockdowns enough time, that they're showing results and should be in place for longer. However, if you look at places like New York where they actually have those lockdowns in place and yet are still seeing comparatively a large number of deaths, it's probably not doing that much. It's hit or miss. In some areas of the country, it may be effective. In others, are completely not. In my opinion, this virus thing should be treated just like the flu. If you're sick, stay at home so you don't infect other people, wash your hands, and take reasonable precautions. For that reason, if Trump does indeed decide to reopen the economy, I will support him fully. The second item of business is a little known fact about the CARES Act. In it, there is a large amount of pork built in by Pelosi and her cronies. According to an article from Fox News, the final bill included $10.8 billion for international development, $350 million for refugee resettlement. Can you believe that? $93 million for Congress, $25 million of which is for salaries and expenses, $75 million for PBS stations, similar amount for the National Foundation for the Arts and Humanities, same amount for the National Endowment for the Humanities, $75 million, $50 million for the Institute of Museum and Library Services, $25 million for the Kennedy Center for Performing Arts, $7.5 million for the Smithsonian Institution. All these are very narrow entities that have nothing to do with coronavirus or the relief. $12 billion built into there. Now, given that the fact that the entire bill is some odd trillion, that may not seem like a lot, but $12 billion is a lot of money. Also, according to the article, President Trump disagreed with most of the additions. In fact, there was supposed to be $35 million going to the Kennedy Center. He got that pared down to 25. He says, quote, "Look, that was a Democratic request. That was not my request, but you got to give them something. Something that they wanted, it works that way." Okay, that's how politics goes. It's fact. Also, according to Trump, that's not a good soundbite. That's the way life works. Unfortunately, in this situation, the Democrats had the upper hand. They had him backed into a corner. If he didn't sign any bill that provided relief to people who have the coronavirus, he'd be labeled as someone who hates the people of the United States. He isn't willing to help them at all. So basically, they had him over a barrel. He had to give in to their demands. He didn't want to, but he had to do it. Maybe that's politics. I don't know. However, if I was on President Trump's team, this is what I would have done. I would have taken the bill. I would have edited it. I would have taken out all the fat and sent it back to the Congress. Additionally, I would have sent them a memorandum saying, this time of an epidemic in the United States is not time to be taking advantage of the panic and introducing your fat in your additional programs trying to forward your agenda. For that reason, I'm vetoing the CARES Act. That way, he could have put pressure on them instead. If they didn't play ball his way, then he could have accused them of being callous. Sometimes you got to play dirty if your opponents are. Anyway, third item of business. I was watching a video last night by Steven Crowder. All articles and links to them will be provided below the video. In the video, Crowder made an interesting point. As I covered in my previous video, he cited the official guidance for reporting COVID-19 deaths. Quote, "In cases where a definite diagnosis of COVID-19 cannot be made, but it is suspected or likely, for example, the circumstances are compelling within a reasonable degree of certainty, it is acceptable to report COVID-19 on a death certificate as probable or presumed. In these instances, certifiers should use their best clinical judgment in determining if a COVID-19 infection was likely." He noted that partisan doctors, all they have to do in order to inflate the numbers is to guess that COVID-19 was the cause of death. He noted, as I did in my previous video, that if someone's hit by a bus, taken to the ER, and test positive for coronavirus, that's what's going on the death certificate. Okay, that's what I covered. However, he added to that. He said correctly that coronavirus cases, infections, which could be asymptomatic, are being underreported because this same principle does not apply to recording new cases. Instead, in order to be counted as a coronavirus case, the victim has to test positive. They have to go to a testing center, take the test, and test positive for coronavirus. So reporting of coronavirus cases is being grossly underreported. What does this do to the death rate? Pushes it way up. According to Crowder, the death rate in reality could be 0.1 to 0.2%. I don't know if I believe that. It seems a little bit low. My gut's telling me the coronavirus is a little bit more infectious than the flu, the death rates might be a little bit higher. However, they're much lower than everyone is saying. Now let's think about the tens of trillions of dollars that have been wiped off global markets in the past month. And this doesn't even just affect mutual funds. This includes individual companies, 401ks. A lot of these people have their entire life savings tied up in these companies. With this global recession, a lot of that is just wiped away. It's gone. People who thought they could retire in the next couple of years, now they may have to look at 10 more years of working. To see your life's whole work gone in an instant, just like that, has got to be heartbreaking. It's terrible. Yes, it's bad that people are dying. However, people die every single day around the world. Tens of thousands of people die every year from the common flu. It's a part of life. And in almost all respects, this new virus thing is identical to the flu. However, there must be some endpoint to this. We cannot stay cooped up in our homes for the rest of our lives. Can't happen. That's about it for today. If you liked the video, please let me know in the comment section down below. And please let me know your thoughts. What do you like about the videos? What don't you like about them? Any aspects of this that I might have missed? This is to help you guys out, to help you find out the true facts about this epidemic. If you feel like it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you don't feel like it, that's okay too. Again, happy Easter, everyone, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you for your time.